Hi folks, Speedway Tag here. I want to show you a game from one of my favorite game series. The series is Tales and Games, which are games sort of fashioned around old fairy tales. This one is the Pied Piper, and obviously it's about rats getting into houses. And there's the box. Really well produced, these boxes, because they're made to look like a book. Inside, only beaten by the Oniverse games, I think, in terms of the feeling of opening the box, because this looks so great inside. Here you see the setup of the game, which I think I've got pretty much right there. And so there's the what the box looks like. In here, there's a whole heap of wooden rats, which are really well made. Look at that, fantastic. So usually there's 6 rats in here, all with different color tails. Here's your little game board, which is your house, and in there is the cards and also the rat trackers as well. But this production is excellent. You actually also get the story of the Pied Piper as well, as you do with all the games in this series. Excellent production here. The way the game plays is, it's best with 4 players. You can play this with 2, and you'd have 2 neutral players, but 4, it's really good. Very simple game. The rats you choose to play with, I've got the yellow rat, the red rat, the green rat, and the black rat over there. So you put their character cards into this deck, deal 4 out there, and there we've got actually 1 of each rat, which is kind of cool. These are the player deck, and we each get 4 cards, okay? And so the way a turn goes is, what you do on your turn is you play, let's say there's already a couple of cards here, because cards get played underneath these rats, okay? Like that. Let's say these 2 have already been played out there. Okay, so on your turn, you get to play 2 of your cards below one of the characters, okay? Oh, there's a Pied Piper there as well, and he's going to start here. I should also mention that, so everybody gets a house like that and a rat tracker. This rat tracker works like this. As the rats move through your house, you track how quickly your house is filling up with rats. If it gets to the top, you're out of the game because the rats have taken over your house and you flee the house. These are the rats get placed in between the players and move around in that direction, or actually according to the direction of the action cards which we're going to use. And yeah, so that's basically the setup. And so on your turn, you'll be playing 2 of your cards in your hand underneath one of those characters in the middle. You can't put them both under the same character. And whenever there's 2 cards underneath a character, that character activates. So if this player now played this card underneath this yellow rat, okay, that's his first card he's playing. There's and the second card he's going to play might be this one under the red rat. Okay, so then you check to see if there's 2 cards under one of the characters, in which case that that character, being a Pied Piper or a rat, will activate. There's 2 cards underneath the yellow rat, so he starts moving. The first card tells him to move this way. All right, so he's going to move through that house that way. Anytime a rat moves through a house, it causes that house's rat tracker to go up 1, okay, because rats have got into that house. The second card underneath the yellow rat is moving back in that direction, which is really bad for this player, because this rat now is going to come back in that direction, and because he's moved through that house again, the rat tracker goes up again. So this poor player is already starting with his rat tracker up 2. Okay, and then you draw 2 new cards. Okay, 2 new cards to your hand, and then we move to the next player. This player might... Oh, sorry. Once we've got 2 cards played underneath a rat, that rat gets moved out, and we replace it with a new one. Okay. So this player might now think, okay, what do I need to do? I want to get this person back for doing what he did, but the yellow rat's not up there, so this yellow rat's not going to be able to move. So he's thinking, maybe I could send that red rat through his house. Now the red rat already has one card underneath him. He just needs one more to get moving. So how about this happens? Let's see. He plays this card there. Oh, sorry, I did forget. No, that's right. No, this guy did play 2 cards, I think. Okay, he's playing that card there. And he's also going to play the green rat here. Okay, so he's played 2 cards. Now, both those characters are going to activate because there's 2 cards underneath them. Okay, the red rat, first of all, moves forward this twice, okay, through 2 houses. So first of all, through this house, moving this rat tracker up 1. And then a second movement there across this guy's house. He's done it to himself. He's miscalculated. And the rat goes through there. Okay, then, oh gosh, this red rat's going to go backwards again. So I haven't really done him any favors. The red rat has moved back through here again. So again, that rat tracker goes up. Then the green rat moves. First of all, in that direction 1. Green rat is over there at the moment. So he's going to move 1 direction here. The rat track goes up for that house because the rat has moved through his house. And the second action is another 2 movements, okay, with the green rat. So through here, moves through this house, that goes up. But this poor guy, all right, it moves across there, through his house again, and up goes the... And so this keeps going. There's a couple of other actions. So these 2 have been used, okay. So we discard those action cards right there. Those 2 rats were used, so we put them here and we draw out 2 new cards. Okay, so there's another green and there's another red, okay? In this deck also is a Pied Piper card that looks like that. So if the Pied Piper was one of the characters sitting there, the Pied Piper figurine would move, but when he moves through houses, the rat tracker goes down, okay? So he clears out the rats from your house. So if he was here and he moved through this house, which this guy's really hoping for, his rat tracker would go down because the Pied Piper would go. So nice little strategy there to try and get the Piper moving through your house when you're struggling like this. Strategy is to try and move the rats through other people's houses. It is a very significantly take that game, this one. If you're in the mood for that sort of thing, you'll have fun with it. The other kinds of cards that you might be able to play is the sewer movement, where the rats actually move in that direction, but the idea is they move through the sewer under the house, so they won't affect the house they move through. This card here, over there, has got a +1, just adds 1 to the movement. So if the rat was going to move 2, he now moves 3. And then there's this really cool melody card, right? Nice and thematic. It's a melody card. If you played that, the rat that's moving will drag any rats along with it. So see, sometimes you get a situation like here where there's 2 rats in one position. So if I moved the yellow rat but also added a melody card to it, the red rat would move along with the yellow rat. So this is the whole thing, jostling for these positions, moving the rats around, trying to survive, trying to get the Piper to move through you. The minute the rat track goes to the top of the house, like I said, that person's out. When the game ends, when there's only 2 players left, and the person who has got the least rats in their house, or the trackers at the lowest point, will win the game. In a 2-player game, like I said, the 2 players will sit opposite each other. We've tried this, works fairly well. 2 players will sit opposite each other. The other 2 houses will be neutral, and the way you win a 2-player game is basically the first one to get their house, the rat tracker, to the top will lose, thereby the other one winning. So this is the Pied Piper. Really, really fun game, clever, well designed. Love the art on the rats. They look really, really great. There's other rats as well in the box here. There's also purple rats. Look at him, looks fantastic, and blue rats as well. So I think these are still around, and you can usually find these Tales and Games series of games. You know, we've got the 3 Little Pigs and Red Riding Hood. There's the Grasshopper and the Ant, and the horse, the Hare and the Tortoise. Good fun. A good mix of you know, a game for kids. They often have an adult variant to sort of beef it up a little bit for the adult gamers, and there's a bit for everyone in this series. So I hope you enjoyed that. See you later.